Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Scry Syndrome Podcast. I'm Ben Gilman, the guy who doesn't know what he's going to talk about today. As always, I'm joined by a guy that just takes things from his past and brings them onto the podcast, Tom Hill.
How very dare you?
A man that sometimes off camera tells me what he's going to talk about in the future, Dan Rudge.
Fair cop, Gov. Fair cop.
And a man that, if you watch his YouTube channel, you definitely know what he's going to talk about this week. So it's Troy Salmon.
Yes.
Hello. How are all you guys doing?
Whew. Yeah. Surviving, man.
Survival.
Okay.
All good.
Just a warning, this isn't going to be a big one. This is most probably going to be a 40-minute job today, kids, because we're going to be in and out. We've all got to be somewhere. So
yeah,
I'm going to kick it off because I'm not prepared. I'm just going to go to the two newest things I've watched very quickly. Have you guys heard? Or do you guys remember when I spoke about the end of the effing world, season 1?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I raved about it and I loved it and
Yes.
it was great. Yeah. Yeah. Season 2 is a complete shit show.
Oh no! Wow! The way you just started off was like, yeah, I knew he was going somewhere. I was like, where's he going with this?
You know how I said Blind Manor was okay, but it wasn't quite as good. At least that had some class to it. The end of the effing world is, if I was to rank the season 2s I've seen recently, Pose would be at the front. In the middle is Blind Manor, and at the back end, in the sewer system, it's this show. They basically spend the whole season. How do I say it? Well, we return with the 2 original main characters, and you can tell they did not know they were coming back for a second season because the one guy that got killed, blatantly dead, they bullshitted their way out with a bullet that went past his brain. Get out of there. And they've we catch up with the other girl. How do I say it? Like, moving on with her life, and then we find out that the person that they killed during season 1, their girlfriend, weird woman, whatever her name is, she's trying to kill them. But it's like, it takes forever to get there. They just drive around in a car for it, and they did this for 8 episodes, and it's not funny. It's the wooden acting. And what people think is people not caring is, you know the thing where you just screaming at the TV, just get on with it. Tell her you love her. And all that crap. Yeah. We talked about this in the Friends special. Sometimes you just got to read the room and go for it if it's the right time. Because the end of season 1, they never got together. So the guy comes back in. Obviously, he's not dead. Episode stalking her. Then she decides not to marry the person she was going to marry. Long story. And then they spend 5 episodes just dicking about with the soon-to-be woman that wants to murder them. And my wife caught me just going, "Why aren't you excited about this time?" I was like, "It's just boring." I fell asleep on the last episode 4 times. And my wife had to wake me up to watch it again. It's just the awful. My new rule should be: if you don't have a second season planned, don't do a second season. Don't tarnish your. It's best to be a one-hit wonder, a one-season wonder, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's as bad as you say it is, then hell yeah.
Yeah, then hopefully, yeah.
Watch the first season and pretend that's the end, because it's a much better thing than watching the second season. And normally you hear a lot of people bitch and moan, and I heard a lot of people hate season 2. And I didn't, I don't listen to internet hearsay a lot. Wish I had this time. I can't get those 4 hours back. It's awfully shit. So, but I do want to talk about a show that me and my wife watched on BBC 3. It's called Uncle.
Yeah.
Have you heard of it?
Uncle. Nope. Never heard of it.
Oh, brilliant. So I have to explain it all. Great. Cheers. So can you tell I'm not prepared this week? So basically it's about an uncle. I'm just trying to get names. Who's well, obviously he's an uncle to a young boy called Errol. And basically he's a bit of a lazy prick, basically. And but what I like about this is how do I say this? We see his sister is a complete write-off, a former druggie, alcoholic. She keeps giving her kid away all the time.
Damn.
Okay, so it's Nick Helm, who's also a comedian who does singing on stage. And
I've heard of him, yeah.
okay, so you know what his style is. So his name is Andy King in this show.
Yeah.
And basically, there's some really funny songs halfway through the episode. He just starts strumming his guitar and doing a pop video. I've downloaded all this guy's music because it's hilarious on Spotify. But what I like about this is because I watched all three seasons back to back because it's a BBC Three comedy and they're not known for being funny, are they? Because it's normally like in between this style humor. But he starts off as season one as being a complete dick because there's a funny episode where there's an ex-girlfriend, a girlfriend he's seeing, and a girl that he would like to sleep with, and he's got them going out of different doors of his flat at the same time because I think his girlfriend's there. He gets her out the window. The music teacher, who's the one he wants to go with, that knows his nephew, is coming to visit him. And then you get the ex-girlfriend turning up when she's in the toilet. And then you get the sister. It's quite funny. It's just revolving doors of... but what I like is I like comedy where they remember where they were the week before. So there are some... I don't know what to say about this because you can tell I'm flying by the seat of my pants this week. I'm not prepared.
That's all right.
This is a boring listen. But basically... Go check it out. It's very different. It doesn't have any swearing. It's not for families, but it's got a heart to it. And unlike the
it's more of a cleaner watch. It's more of a cleaner watch then, in a way.
Yeah, and they knew they had 3 seasons because they have a nice clean finish.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not the greatest one. He becomes an international rock star. It's like okay, but at least you had an ending in
That's something I'd like to watch.
Yeah, and actually, Dan, because I remember you said on this podcast before, you don't like mean comedy. This can be quite funny and a little bit mean sometimes, but it's very light-hearted. Yeah. And the character is, over the first season, he's a bit of a dick, but his heart of gold was always there. And season 2 and 3, they continue to move him on, and the characters around him move on as well. Yeah. And that's great because it's not. I was worried that he was going to keep going for the ex-girlfriend each week. Which, if you've seen a comedy called Man Down with the guy from In-Betweeners and Taskmaster, that I stopped watching that because all he does each week is try and get the ex-girlfriend back, and that's the joke, and it's not funny. So this show, thankfully, they just evolved the plot line, and the ex-girlfriend becomes like you find out eventually that the ex-girlfriend and the current girlfriend are all WhatsApping each other in season 3. It's quite funny about him. It's just little gags like that, and I don't know. It's just really funny. And if you don't know who Nick Helm is, just go listen to YouTube and Spotify him. He's brilliant. So
sounds all right.
That's very short notice. I had other things planned, but yeah. So yeah, Uncle, go watch. Avoid the end of the effing world. It's not good. That's me. Dan, no. And Dan, I think you should go watch it. Definitely, because it's right up your street.
Yeah. Well, I will. And I'll also take the helm now, if you don't mind.
Yeah, sure, go for it.
Yeah, go for it, man.
Go on then.
All right. Well, as anyone who is an every episode listener will know, I have been going through a bunch of anime that has been recommended to me through 2 different sources. We're coming up to the end of the list, so there aren't many more of these, but I'm doing 2 of them today. One of them you can find on Netflix. That's one called Parasyte.
Yes, mate.
Yes.
The other one you can find on Crunchyroll and most sort of more traditional anime providers, and it's called The Rising of the Shield Hero.
Okay.
Okay.
The modern day popular one. Okay, got you.
And they're both quite interesting for very different reasons.
Okay.
Parasyte is based off of a 25, 26-year-old science fiction horror manga series, written and illustrated by Hitoshi Iwaki. And it was first published in Japan, obviously, from like 1988 to 1995. It became a hit in terms of manga pretty much everywhere for the time. Over that same sort of time period where like other countries would get it a year or 2 years later. It was adapted into live action Japanese films in 2014 and 2015.
Yeah.
And also an anime television series adaptation, which is what I want to talk about. And that was originally aired in 2014 in Japan and has been shunted around different places and different providers for a while, and is currently on Netflix.
Okay.
So the idea is that you're following this 17-year-old dude called Shinichi Izumi. He lives with his mom and dad in a quiet area of Tokyo. One night, their tiny little worms called Parasytes arrive. We don't really know where from. They take over the brains of hosts by entering through their ears or noses. There's one which attempts to crawl into Shinichi's nose while he sleeps, but fails as Shinichi wakes up and enters his body by burrowing into his arm instead. Shinichi kind of wakes up, kind of half feeling like he's in a nightmare because he sees something crawling up his arm, makes a tourniquet of the headphones, the headphone wire that he's wearing the headphones and has fallen asleep wearing these headphones, and prevents this parasite from entering his brain.
Mm-hmm.
Frustrated with this, the parasite instead takes over his right arm.
It's like a crazy married couple, these two. They have to work together to exist together. It's quite an interesting relationship they have.
I love this story. I love it.
It's quite weird because they are in this sort of mutual survival thing. And it is based on logic and calculations and, you know, threat levels and things like this quite a lot. And also it's 2 very different intelligences warring against each other, but also having to survive together. The entire story is incredibly interesting as well. It brings lots of ideas about what is like sanctified, like life-wise or anything like that, in terms of what does survival mean, what does nature mean, what does impulse mean. Really, really quite cool. Self-contained. There's no plans for another series. Honestly, it's pretty cool.
Are you happy with like the whole? Because this is one of the times I can talk to you about anime. Did you find the ending was satisfying? Because it is satisfying. It doesn't drag at any point, does it? It's just nice and satisfying. It's a 24 or 26 episode season, so you feel like it's a nice smooth. Because they waited until the manga was finished, so they could just do it in one go, didn't they?
Yes, it was well after the manga was finished.
Mm.
The manga was a short run.
Yeah.
The adaptations were either feature films or this very short run of anime.
Yeah.
The way I feel about it is a bit like the way I feel about the Undertones Teenage Kicks.
Okay.
Teenage kicks. Okay.
Okay.
The only thing that I disliked about the ending was that it was over.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's a good show though. What did you think of the opening though? Because that is a Japanese band called Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas who rock.
Oh, freaking awesome soundtrack
Classic.
the whole way through.
Go check it out. Go check out their Spotify.
Whoever did the soundtrack choices for this show is someone who completely knocked it out of the park in
Yes.
every scene.
Yeah.
It's
Go
great.
Go listen to them and then join me in Troy's petition to get them to come tour here next year when COVID's out the way. They're a great band. You'll love all their stuff. Seriously.
They're awesome.
Yeah.
Now, so that's that one. I'm going to leave you to go and watch it because, oh my God, it's great. Just go watch it.
Brilliant.
Um,
Shield Hero, the Rise of the Shield Hero. Talk to me
Rise of
about
the Shield Hero is a little bit. I don't know, what can I say about it?
what's the concept.
Okay, so we have this very shut in, well, not shut in, but keeps himself to himself kind of dude. He's 17 years old. He's used to being basically made fun of, shat on, taken advantage of. He's kind of ornery about it. He's a bit of a grudge. And we start off with him basically boasting about not being a shut-in because every so often he runs out of things to watch and play and has to go to the library to get a book. And it shows him finding this book, and the book transports him to another world. And in all of this in this world, there's a curse upon the land. We don't really know why.
Yeah.
But there are these waves of monsters that happen, right?
Yeah.
So these waves of monsters are like in varying levels of strength as you go through the waves, and it's a series of waves, and it's like levels in a computer game.
Okay.
And this guy's been summoned along with 3 other people from seemingly very different places. What turns out, they basically decide, okay, we are actually from different dimensions. Never mind, we thought it was different times, but we're from different dimensions and we've all been summoned here. And each of them has a weapon. One of them is given a sword, one of them is given a spear, one of them is given a bow, and the person we're following is given a shield.
Okay.
And they're supposed to be these heroes who are going to... They have like stat screens and stuff that they can access in their field of vision, and they have to level up. And like, it's one of those kind of plot lines where it's like, get stronger quickly because shit's gonna hit the fan quick.
That reminds me of Sword Art a little bit. Sword Art Online. The kind of stat
And
stuff.
in this one, they teleport into this kingdom, and the kingdom venerates the sword, spear, and bow hero, but they basically think the shield hero is a charlatan and a fake, and they don't give a fuck about it. When the assistants are chosen for the heroes, the assistants choose, all apart from one, to go with the other heroes. And the one that does choose shield hero initially chooses spear, and then decides to go with shield hero, only to rob him blind, take advantage of him, take all of his stuff, take a whole pile of experience off him, and accuse him of raping her.
Oh, damn.
He's completely shunned by everyone. He has to go about grinding out his levels completely on his own. The rest of them are being showered in gifts and praise, and everything's being made easy for them. And eventually, in order to find someone who he can actually trust, he stoops so low as to go to a slave trader and buy a slave with what money he can afford, who he then takes care of and trains up in fighting and trains them to be the sword for his shield. And it kind of moves on from there. He also raises a monster from an egg, which turns out to be this weird sort of magic chicken. It's gigantic, but also a little girl.
Is it the gobbledygooker?
No, it's a Philolian, I think they're called in the anime. And
Okay.
she's like a royal Philolian because she's being raised by a hero.
I was going to make a Roman Reigns. This is about Roman Reigns, this anime joke, the Shield, but yeah, I'm going to leave that there. It's not funny.
Jeez.
Well, look, there's some stuff in here which people might find a little bit triggering, like things to do with slavery,
Okay.
things to do with false allegations. The main character is, for the most of it, pretty much one of those I look after my own, but I'm a complete dick.
That definitely sounds like Kill Roman Reigns right now.
Will do the right thing, but I'm an absolute bonk about most shit.
Okay.
I like the way it was portrayed. I like the way it was done. It does suffer from one of those sort of anime things which I don't like very much. I like that they kind of get away from it a little bit with the main female character. But everyone in this anime who is female is either, the buxom, bouncing, wearing absolutely fucking nothing, or is physically 6 years old.
That's the problem with anime, I find. There's a lot of that. That's why I'm very selective with my anime, because it's a bit, for me, it's unneeded.
I do think that when it comes to the ones that are physically 6 years old, there are reasons given which kind of make sense if you allow for a fantasy setting. But I think the ones that are bouncing all around the place with tits in your face and have nothing on are way over the fucking top.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
They're Troy's favourite anime, I don't know why.
The main character starts off as one of the permanent 6-year-olds and then actually sort of grows up all of a sudden, and it's explained.
Okay.
And when she grows up, all of a sudden she grows into a pretty average build, if you know what I mean. And it's like there's a lot more emphasis placed on the fact that she's good at things. So
okay. Got you.
I like it's. I really enjoyed it. The next season is coming out in 2021 at some point. I will be waiting for it. Don't know what else to say about it, really. I think I should probably leave it there. Just both of these deal with some dark subjects. Both of them are a little bit on the edgier side. Approach with caution, but both worth it.
Troy, can I just ask you, is your family okay? Because I can hear in the background a lot of noise. Are they okay?
Oh, yeah, it's all right. Literally, just little sister just came in. Literally, no t-shirts already.
Your family's cameoing this week.
Yeah, so guys, backstage, we can hear my family in the background. Yeah.
Dan, thank you very much for that. Fantastic, mate. Cheers.
No, trust me, they like hearing you guys. So they're fans. They're fans.
No worries.
How to subscribe them? Right, yeah.
We definitely got the YouTube channel. My sister has, yeah. But yeah, I love that, man. Shield hero. As long as it's good as Goblin Slayer, I'm good.
Oh God, no. So anyway, as long as it's not a SmackDown or Challenge, Troy.
Oh,
so
here
why
we
is
go.
it supernatural?
Here we go.
Why is
No,
it
no,
supernatural?
we're gonna wait for that. We're gonna wait. I'm gonna build it up. Don't worry about it.
Don't make me look like a monkey. Just do it.
Okay, so wait, you done though, Dan? You done? Are you finished?
Absolutely, you carry on.
Ah, go on then. Shield Hero. I love it. Shield Hero. I love it. I love that.
So just
okay.
Supernatural. The finale was good because until you just finish that sentence.
no. Leave that till afterwards. I'm gonna do a little slide.
You running joke each week. I'm telling you.
No, so what I'm gonna start off with, it's literally something I've watched today. Actually, to be fair, this is a little kickoff. 50 States of Fright. I don't know if you guys have heard of it.
I thought you were about to say 50 Shades of Grey there for a second.
Oh no! This is another 50 types of shade.
50,
you know what I'm saying?
50 of what?
50 States of Fright. So literally, it's gonna go through every state in America, and it's gonna have their own tale, their own horror tale of that story. So it's like an anthology type thing, web series. So it's on a thing called Quibi. That's where it debuted. I think you can watch it in Netflix and Disney. I think it's on Disney Plus now as well. So I know that's why I heard it's on as well.
They're not too scary then.
Yeah, so it's good. So it's not even too scary to that. It's just one of them like almost like a fantasy / horror. So it's nothing too crazy at times. But I watched like 2 episodes so far, and they're really short. It's kind of reminds me of like Cobra Kai in a way, because they're kind of like 10 minutes each part of the episode. So it's like 10 minutes each part.
For a second there, I thought you were going to do like kids. You know they do like karate. Kids karate as
I'm gonna get like Cobra Kai though at one point. I don't think I've been talked about Cobra Kai yet. But so the first episode literally kicks off. No, before I go there, it literally came out this year as well. Sam Raimi produced the show as well, so he's like the main producer of the show. So you know it's gonna be epic. Evil Dead King, Sam Raimi. You know about Sam Raimi, guys. You know about him, doesn't it? You know.
He's okay.
Come on, but he's okay. How dare you?
Spider-Man 3. Okay, done.
Right, no, Spider-Man 3. Oh,
I'm joking.
Here we go. All right. Blasphemy right now. Blasphemy.
Everyone has a birthday. Yes.
Flipping it. But okay, so I watched that Michigan. So Michigan's the one I started watching. It's called The Golden Arm. So that was like the first episode. I got kicked off, and it's a 3-part as well. So each of these states that they go into is 3 parts to it. So they're each 10 minutes. So it starts off with the guy Travis Fimmel. You might have heard of him, Vikings. My guy stars Vikings, so he's literally starring this episode. He's called David, and John Marshall Jones. He's another actor you've probably seen around. He's Andy, he plays the friend who actually helps him work. He's like working for David, Travis Fimmel's character, and he has a wife called Heather, played by Rachel Brosnahan, who's like literally all these horror stuff. She's in tons of stuff. You've probably seen her, but literally she's supposed to be the prettiest girl in Michigan, and they're a little part of Michigan, yeah. So that's the story kicks off, and literally he buys everything for her. Literally the Vikings character, he buys everything for Travis. He buys everything for this woman, and literally the weirdest thing happens right now. Yeah, there's a reason why it's called the Golden Arm, people. So a little spoilers here and there. So literally, he's a lumberjack. He cuts down trees, right? And he goes, you know what, yeah, Andy, he's got a day off. He's got a day off. Yeah, I need some help to cut this tree down, yeah. So he asks his wife. He asks Heather to say, can you help me out today? You know what I'm saying? I need to get this done. And literally, she goes, all right, okay. Then she's wearing the dress and all, but she's like, nah, take the dress off and help me out. Gave her some gloves. Go out to the forest now. Cut down this tree. She's holding a rope. And this hold
on. She took her dress off. Tell me she's wearing clothes underneath.
This had to be you, Ben. It had to be you to that comment with the
just the way you worded it, bro. Okay.
Fine. I was getting there, man. Come on, I was getting there.
Okay. I'll let you go.
No, there we go. We need to go chop down a tree. Go straight first.
Quickly.
I knew as soon as I said that.
That's the old-fashioned way.
I was gonna fly in there.
I'm fucking trying. Sorry. I'm so mad right now. I'm so sorry for breaking you, Troy.
No, I'm alright. I'm gonna be cracking up the whole entire thing now. But
Sorry.
So yeah, literally does. She's wearing obviously normal clothes. She's wearing the jeans, the plaid shirt, the lumberjack gear, you know, the usual, and the gloves.
Ooh, okay.
So literally she's holding this rope now, and all of a sudden he cuts down this tree, and there's a twig. He gets caught up in the rope, and she's holding the rope. She's like, "Okay, I got to hold this thing. You told me to hold it." Okay, log falls down, like crushes her right arm. So this is where the golden arm thing comes into play. So like he's searching around, he buys this thing because literally she's buying everything for her. He buys this metal arm for her because she's like depressed, and she goes to him, "Oh my, I want a golden arm." He's like, "I can't afford that. What are you talking about? I can't afford. I'm just a normal lumberjack." So then he sells his tractor because Andy's his friend is telling the story. So this whole thing, there's always a person telling the story in each episode. So he's telling the story of David, and David he sells his tractor, sells part of his equipment, and literally gets this gold, basically gets gold bullion, melts it down, and creates this golden arm. So, literally, whoo! I don't want to go too far because I'm going to spoil it because it's a great episode. But literally, this Evil Dead vibes up in this episode.
Oh yes,
was lit. That's all I'm gonna say about this episode. You know the Evil Dead, knowing the spirits coming out when you summon the Necronomicon, the book opens up, the wind, the visuals, first person, you know what I'm saying, the spirits running around. Bruh. I was like, oh my days. Sam Raimi, you're a legend. You're a damn legend. You get the vibes, because literally just give me goosebumps. You know? I was like, oh, I love it. But so literally she's got the golden arm now. She's literally walking around the place. Everyone's like, "Ah, you're so beautiful. You're a princess." And she's like, "Yeah, I'm loving this. The golden arm, just floating it around." But at the same time, get this.
She gives you a fist and you're screwed. Sorry.
It could have went there. Yeah, okay. It could have went there, but it didn't go there. So literally, apparently she's got gold poisoning. She's got poisoning from wearing all that gold on her arm. So yeah, so there's a massive twist coming, but I ain't gonna spoil it. So that's literally that's where the first episode went. And then literally the second episode I'm gonna touch on because a little bit as well. So it was called America's Largest Ball of Twine. So this was set in Kansas. So Ming-Na Wen, you know Ming-Na Wen, right? You guys know her, right?
Yeah.
Come on, Ming-Na Wen, she's awesome. Yeah. Agent Shield and the usual stuff. You know. So this is She-Star. She's a mother of this little girl that she's literally left this previous town, and she's trying to find somewhere else to live now. So she's moved to Kansas. But literally, obviously, as I said, the ball of twine. That's what Kansas basically known for. There's a massive ball of twine, literally about 20,000 pounds. How much feet in the air? It's massive, like a massive ball. It's crazy. So they reach this town. You know, this town is off from the jump. They're like asking questions, looking at her, like, what are you doing here? What's your business? You know what I'm saying? All their ones. So the little girl goes missing. She walks into this little hut, this little building where this massive ball of twine has been made by this guy, and he has two kids, a boy and a girl. But it looks like they've died years ago. This is his pride and joy, this massive ball in the town, the biggest one in the world. But this ball of twine is alive. So
it's alive!
It's alive! It's alive! So or you see some random hand absorbed right into the ball of twine. Daughter's missing.
Have you ever thought of doing audiobooks, man?
That's a good idea. I've done actually. Yeah, that's a good idea. That got some good money.
Collab with Corpse.
Stroking my beard. What'd you say, Dan?
Collab with Corpse Husband.
You know what, Dan? You have a good voice as well. I'm gonna lie, Dan. You do some audiobooks from you. I know that. But yes, daughter gets sucked into the ball of twine, and literally, she all kicks off from there. Yeah, the mum, Ming-Na Wen, you know she's gonna go crazy. She's going off. She's gonna do some of them. I was expecting to do some martial arts movie, but that she kind of kept it. She reined it in a bit. But yeah.
Oh, we don't get to hear you go. Hua, hua, hua,
yeah, exactly. She reined it in a bit.
Your audio voice. Damn it.
Just a little bit. She did her thing as usual. She's always action packed. But okay. she reined in a bit. So yeah, so this is a good show. Go check it out. 50 States of Fright. Check it out. Sam Raimi helped executive produce it. So really good show. So that's my first pick. So we're gonna get to the thing that everyone wants me to talk about. So
Supernatural.
Okay. So, whoo, the tears, man, the tears. Oh, if you see my channel,
oh, you
I was crying. I was crying. Yeah, I know. See, Ben's. Hey. I was crying.
But it was so much passion. So much passion.
The passion was just real right there. I was flooded in tears, man. I was out. I was like, no. How could they do this? It was just supernatural.
One quick thing there. My wife still thinks you should shave your beard, but that's okay.
Oh, I love this beard right now. My beard is immaculate right now. But we're going to talk about Supernatural, man. One of the greatest shows of all time. 15.
It's finally finished.
15 glorious seasons. Oh my god. But yeah.
Show that we never thought would finish is finished.
I literally thought it was going to finish years ago. When I first saw it, I was like, nah, they never keep these shows around long enough. And then this show survived. Eric Kripke, man.
I've always
created himself.
I've always meant to get to this show, and then it kept going. I thought, I will wait until it's completely completed. Then by the time I got to season 11, I was just like, it's never going to end. Like, I might go back and watch it now that it's finally finished.
Don't do it. Trust me, do it. Just because 15 seasons, 15 glorious seasons, do it. One by one, you get into it. You just binge it. It's what Supernatural's about, binging. And because earlier on, like as I said before, monster of the week type thing, then it literally starts to like do a common thread throughout each season. There's a big bad. There's probably someone even bigger than that until you reach God status. Yeah. So that's who they're to stop, like in the penultimate episode. God, his powers got absorbed. God was X'd, so he became a regular human being. It has, you know what Supernatural had, the way they ended it? It had like a preacher type vibe to it, the way they ended the show. Yeah, in the way they dealt with God and all that stuff. So it was interesting. It was interesting. But the ending itself, when you go on the road with these guys, man, Sam and Dean, Jensen Ackles, Jared Padalecki, man. The way he ended that show.
Wayward Sons.
My God.
I have a question.
Go on.
Do you think that they can get a job now, or they've forgotten how to act from Supernatural? Because, you know, they've been the characters for so long. They're always going to be typecast now.
It's going to be tough because apparently the one who plays Sam, Jared Padalecki, he's got a show. It's called Walker. He's going to star in something like that. He's the head guy.
That's Dean... cancelled. I can see it.
I know how the show's gonna. I literally don't know how the show's gonna do, but I don't know. We'll see. But
this is the best job he's ever gonna have. What a good actor.
Yeah, I know. But Jensen Ackles, you know Dean. Hey, he's always gonna have work. He's amazing. Always love Dean's character, man. He's a great character actor. He's gonna be in The Boys season 3. The Boys. Soldier Boy, tell him.
I want him to go. I'm Soldier Boy, whatever that song was. Soldier.
Soldier Boy, I'm in it. Yeah, so he's gonna be Soldier Boy. He's gonna be Soldier Boy, bro. So hey, I'm looking forward to that. That's what I'm gonna say on that front. He's gonna flip. But going back to Supernatural, man. Literally, I think it's 1 to 12 seasons are on Amazon Prime so far. And they show reruns like E4 stuff like that. So they're always showing Supernatural on there. But Sam and Dean, the way they went out, man, I was like, because God in the show stripped away most of their specialness, so literally they could die any way possible after that. Because literally, it was explained that God was helping them throughout the whole show. Literally, even when they cooked food, everything was like perfect. Didn't have to worry about any money. So then once God revoked it, all that stuff is like, I'm gonna take away everything that makes you special. They literally had to find money. Everything broke down. So I love that concept of it as well. Like literally, God is overseeing this entire thing, and literally they were just taking everything for granted. And I loved it. For the last couple of seasons, they kind of just became normal. You know what I mean? So that's why they kind of went out the way they went out. But I won't say how they did it. But the way they end the show, it was great. It was glorious, man. The Wayward Son, you know, about the Kansas theme, yo, hey, glorious, yo.
So this was on E4, right?
Yeah, so they're showing
So with that and Buffy, have they finally got rid of the stench of charm that they had to show on their channel?
No, that's shot. They will never get rid of the greatness of charm. The greatness of charm.
I worked to them.
No. The greatness, the charmed ones. You know what I'm saying? That's how it sounds. It just rolls off the tongue in it. The charmed ones.
There's more charm in a packet of Lucky Charms.
Here we go. The hate flow through you.
It's not the hate, it's the truth.
Gives you focus. But I went with Star Wars there, so bad. But yeah, Supernatural, man, great show. Check it out. One of the best shows of all time. Do yourself a favor, go check it out. Amazon, if you have it, Amazon Prime. 1 to 12's on there, and then you can just find the rest.
And we don't know why he likes Charmed when he likes so many other good shows. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, here we go. But yeah.
All right, Tom. Thank you, Troy.
What
do you say, Dan? That's it.
Oh, we're back to that one again, are we?
I know. Here we go. I know exactly.
He's always going to be bullied by me for Charmed.
Bullied. I'll never be bullied. I'm showing the truth.
Tommy. Yeah, I think Donald Trump tells more truth than you do.
Wow.
Tom.
Oh. Wow. Did you hear this? Disrespect. You should be arrested for that.
Oh no, I'm joking.
Where's HR?
I just don't want to ever hear you speak about Charm, so I'm going to ban it from this podcast from now on.
Oh, right. I will.
You're the one who brought it here.
Yeah, but I feel like we have to end this joke. 37 weeks in a row.
Oh, trust me, I haven't talked about Charms yet. Oh, it's coming. It's coming.
Oh, it's not, because you will be...
It's always coming.
All you're going to hear is, and I'm talking about Charms, and you'll be dropped from the call so fast, young man.
Never.
You'll just hear me, Dan, and Tom will just put down our tools, and that will be the episode. It'll be a Charm special.
No, it'll be like the hacker gimmick in SmackDown right now. Trust me, that'll be me right there.
Oh, don't talk about that. God. Right.
Go ahead, Tom. Go ahead, Tom.
Okay. Right. I had a couple of things I was going to talk about, but I'm aware of time, and I don't think I could do them justice. So I'm going to talk about something that I like and I enjoy.
Okay.
And I seriously recommend. It's a TV show. It's just completed its 3rd season on Sky One, and a panel game show. You might know, you might not. It's called There's Something About Movies.
Okay.
Any of you guys come across it?
It sounds familiar, but I don't know if I've seen it.
I'm not even in the same spectrums at that point. Nowhere near Sky.
Same here.
All right, well, fair enough. But basically, it's a panel game show all about movies and movie trivia and stuff like that. It's hosted by Alan Carr. It's the first series. It had Mickey Flanagan as one team captain, and Michael Sheen was the other team captain.
Okay.
Michael Sheen is the star of this show. He's brilliant. He takes the piss out of himself on such a regular basis. It's beautiful. But yeah, it's a really enjoyable show. If you're a fan of film and stuff like that, it's quick-witted, it's funny, there's a lot of acting involved. My biggest issue with it is that Tom Allen is a regular person. And although I don't dislike Tom Allen, he jokes and variations on that, and it annoys me that he goes the same well time and time again, no matter what. Because they do like film reenactment scenes and stuff, which is Michael Sheen is also. It's very funny. It is actually really good. I would highly recommend it. Jennifer Saunders appears on it. They've usually got at least one like reasonably big film star, usually British, on the show. But yeah, it's good fun. It's silly. There's a brilliant thing they do at the end where they remake a scene from a famous film. And so one of them will have the script, and one of them has the script, the other one doesn't. So one of them's giving the feed lines that are really in the film, and the other one has to try and make it up as they go along. And it's really funny. It's really good. And it's stupid as hell. It's like trivia. it's not going to tax your imagination, but it is a damn good laugh. And yeah, for someone like me who watches a lot of film, I enjoy it greatly. But
Okay.
yeah, I seriously recommend it. Alan Carr, I actually like him a lot. He's a very good presenter. He knows how to control a group of idiots. And yeah, there's not much else I can say. I think if you watched Sky and watched this program, you would enjoy it. I know, Ben, on moral reasons, you will never watch Sky, but tough shit.
Wow.
Well,
Thanks. No, I mean,
What?
I can always pirate it. Thank you.
well, I would like to once again point out that Ben's views are not the views of the other people on Square
And
Eyes
that Rupert
Syndrome.
Murdoch can suck my dick. There. You never get my money,
Ben's
boy.
views are not the views of Square Eyes Syndrome.
Disclaimer.
So,
Disclaimer.
I'm
It's
just
a
gonna keep
long queue of
repeating this
people.
every time you say
It's a long people. It's a long queue of people that can kiss my ass. Trust me. Right. Okay.
This is a view that Square Eyes Syndrome agrees
Exactly.
with
Disclaimer.
completely.
Disclaimer.
That's the first bit of merch. That is.
Yeah, that has to be
views.
it now. It has to be for Ben now.
Ben's views. I blame Dan.
But yeah, like I
That's
say,
he brought that up.
it's a brilliant show. The thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to tell you the show that I was going to talk about because I will talk about it next week. And if I forget, you can berate me. It's a show called Jackal.
Oh
It's
my
from
gosh. Wait,
about
Tom.
13,
Tom,
14 years
before
ago.
you go there, greatness. There you go. Continue.
Thank you very much, but I don't feel like I can do it justice right now. I feel like I would rush it, and it deserves to be spoken about properly.
No, it does. It
For
does.
anyone who doesn't
Sweet.
know it, it was basically. Do you know it, Ben?
I've heard of it, and I've heard it's very good.
Well, basically, to give you a point on it, it was Stephen Moffat's first attempt at modernising a Victorian classic.
Mm.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
and it's good. It's very, very good. I will
like
properly
his
go into this next
structure.
week.
Okay.
Like I say, I will
You're
bring
going
this up next
first,
week
Sam.
and I will talk about it fully.
You're going first. I have an email very quickly before we go. Thank you, Tom.
All
They sent it to the YouTube email because it's mine. Accidentally merged it somehow. So he's got a couple of questions. It's Radiator from Ohio. I don't think that's your real name. If you do them, I'm sorry. Your parents are assholes. So.
Jeez.
That's harsh, man.
That's savage.
This is my brother, you, Ben.
So he's got a couple of questions.
Sure.
Troy, how did you meet Ben? Because he knows that we're friends. Well, I'm friends with Tom and Dan as well. But how did we meet?
Hey,
Dan,
you know what? We met literally before we even became friends, literally, because my mum worked with him. So
yeah, and I worked with your sister as well.
yeah.
We won't say where because we don't want you finding where we were.
Oh yeah. Don't want to say that. We don't want to say that.
But it was in a retail environment. That's all I'm going to say.
Yes.
But yeah, I met Troy with a couple of lads as well at the same time who were big anime fans and video game fans, and we just kind of built like a little geeky circle, and it was fun. Right, lasted. That's how we know, and we've been trying to do stuff. And then I met Tom at my current job, and then Dan came on, and yeah, we are now a foursome. It's the awesome foursome. Question for Dan. How do you feel Ben's always running on you for being Irish? Correction, actually, Radiator. I can't believe I'm saying this. He's actually from Northern Ireland. Do you feel like the British pig should pay for invading everywhere? This has got nothing to do with TV, Radiator.
Hey, it's a question. Who will answer it?
We're not arguing with engagement, man. I'm fine with that.
Exactly.
That's a loaded.
I think that's a very good question. It's a pertinent and important point, and it needs to be addressed right now.
Okay.
He's an ignorant British pig. What do you fucking expect?
Oh god.
And Tom, how do you put up with Ben constantly at work?
Well, it's quite easy. I've been working from home for the last 10 months, so I haven't had to.
I like that.
It's not lockdown. Nah. I basically annoyed Tom when I started working there because I realised Tom was a TV show fan, and so I nagged him for like the first couple of months before lockdown happened about doing a podcast, and I managed to get the whole office to bully him into joining me.
That is essentially true. Yes.
Yeah, because they all really could see like that we were both really knowledgeable on it, and so it took a while, and then lockdown happened, and we thought, well, we better start this podcast, and lo and behold, we are going to continue it past COVID whenever it ends. And I would just like to point out, Northern Ireland is part of the UK.
Not
That
part
is
of Britain, though, and he asked
Irish.
no. He asked about, do you think the British pig should suffer? Northern Ireland is not part of Britain. It's part of the UK, not Britain.
Yeah.
Okay, UK. Yeah, my bad. But Ireland is part of the EU. Ireland is Yeah, okay, right. Thanks, ready, so you bastard. My turn next time. So yeah, he does want to know if we're ever going to cover Star Trek at any point.
Oh,
any of them will do.
Now that's an interesting question. Which
interesting.
particular incarnation of Star Trek would you be interested in?
I have watched everything, by the way. Yes.
I think I've probably watched 99% of it.
Yeah.
I don't hate any of it. They've all got their different parts. I could easily do any of them.
My favourite's Deep Space Nine.
Oh, the Cisco.
And I'm going to high-five you. When we meet, I'm high-fiving you.
Deep Space Nine is epic. Mr. Cisco.
I've got to say, I actually quite liked Enterprise.
I like all of them.
Wasn't bad.
I like Voyager. I haven't watched Discovery yet. That's the last chink in the armor, but I've never seen a bad Star Trek show.
Although I still haven't watched Picard. I still haven't watched Picard yet.
No, I haven't seen that. I
haven't seen Bacardi Breezer either. Shut up, man. Right, we're gonna go.
Sounds like you have.
As far as I'm concerned, the Picard's separate for me.
He also says Ohio is the best state in America. So thank you. Well, I did say this last week. You know, Ohio's the best one, apparently.
Can I say one more thing? Radiator, really, thank you very much for getting in contact.
Finally.
That felt really, really good, having someone get back to us.
I like that. That was nice.
Awesome.
So, contact me on the YouTube channel, and Tom's about to tell you the email. Either way is fine. Tom?
Square-eyed syndrome 2020@gmail.com.
Thank you. Please go there, but feel free to come and hit the thing. For some reason, it's attached to my YouTube channel now, and I can't undo it without having to.
Would we not be able to attach the Square-eyed syndrome to the YouTube channel, possibly?
Conversations for off of the air.
Apologies.
I agree. Dan, why don't you do a little groveling bit for more subscribers bit here? This is where you go.
Shill, monkey, shill.
Dance, monkey, dance.
No, we can't do that one. That's definitely a copyright claim if we do that one. Hi, guys. No, seriously, we do appreciate that you listen. We do appreciate that you've come back. We do appreciate that you get in touch. Hit the like buttons. Subscribe to us.
Yeah.
Keep looking us up in those search algorithms. Anything, any comment, anything, it's all really, really welcome. I hope that we can get back to all of you whenever you do something, and we will be checking.
Also, please just do what Radiator did and just drop an email in, because we will read them. You know, we will put the time in to do them, because for us, it's important.
I really wasn't expecting our first bit of fan mail to be from a housing appliance.
Well, you know, there are probably Red Dwarf fans.
It's a smart Radiator, like it's got Google Glass or something in it.
Google Glass.
Is this like flexing on those people whose radiators don't take pictures of them?
No, but thank you. We would like more of them though, because we will read them. If we get famous and there's too many, then we will try and do a special mailbag one day if we ever get to that level. But we will read them, like I said.
And like, if our computer breaks down, we'll just recruit the fridge.
Yeah.
The fridge.
I got a feeling we might have a running joke here if we're not careful. People might start the household prices. So it's dildo from Toronto,
Oh my
Canada.
gosh.
Don't do that. No,
Yeah, don't Ben,
Um,
you've opened the floodgates
I
now.
know.
Don't do it.
I know someone who lives in Dildo, Canada.
Oh jeez, what have you done?
dildo, Mr. Dildo from Dildo.
And there's a place in Canada called Dildo.
Oh, is
Right,
there?
we need to.
Yes,
Oh,
there
God.
fucking is.
What the hell is going on?
I think I've said dildo more times today than I have in my lifetime.
Oh, but Dan, you know I'm gonna research that, right? You know that, right?
Right, you go and research dildos on what podcast. Right, it's goodbye from me.
It just got weird.
Bye from me. Thank you.
Goodbye from me.
Bye from me.
Right, nighty night.